This third round, gonna be a straight force. Overkill. I'm talking headshots and a dead corpse. The house mine now. So from here on out, I'm gonna leave a fresh body hanging on the front porch. The body swinging, solely intended to send a message to any of you so-called vets that think you can't get it next. If I was you, I wouldn't second guess it. My name, respected. Don't be talking reckless. It's not suggested. The mat to the door says welcome, but leads to the morgue. And inside, nothing less than death should be expected. Baby 40, happy toddler, I let the full clap, the peace with me. Muhammad Gandhi, I stay strapped, I'm knocking. Fallen angel, you get your soul snatched, a form of payment. Which to you might seem odd, cause you came here expecting a check, but didn't bet on having to pay penance to see God. Now here you go again, gambling with your life again. And since he just want to double up on the bucks, we'll give him a few. Would it be the first time I had to help a friend? I bring it all into the light, just for the spite. Street bodies paid you more than your faggot ass been paid in your life to right. Ain't that right? Facts. It covered your bet the same night, but that's light. Now wait a minute, gas, food, bills, kids, that's light. Now that I think about it, I bring it all into the light, just for the spite. Street bodies paid you more than your faggot ass ever been paid in your life to right. Ain't that right? Ain't covered your bet the same night, but that's light. No, wait a minute. Gas, food, bills, kids, that's light. Now that I think about it, you showed up with 2 fiends that night. I don't think he's clean. Lately he ain't been acting right.
Wow. Everything we do is fire. Truth it and hide. 5 o'clock shadow battle review. Gonna have to forgive me. My voice, little under the weather today, but we are still here doing what we do. Bang. And that voice that you heard at the beginning, that was the man who earned Body of the Night yesterday. Bang. It's your boy Truth It, Mr. Hyde. We're talking Mass Appeal 5. Let's get it.
What up? You already know. Everything we do fire.
Facts. So
get to it.
The night,
right then.
It was crazy.
Great night.
Battles were great for the most part. Listen, it was a beautiful night. Salute to John the Don for showing up. He was like, look, I want to go over my hollow bars with you. I was like, son, I'm busy right now. It's not a good time. Bang. But no disrespect, John. John, just hit me up later. I got you. Bang. But Mr. Hyde, how are you feeling the day after? Are you still high? And that high, I mean, is every battler gets it. The day after a battle, you feel high.
One second, man.
All right.
I gotta come back.
All right, I'm gonna explain it to the people then while you come back. So after you have a good battle, this is not a trash battle, this is a good battle. The day after, when everybody's talking about you, I kind of liken it to when you have a fight. Like, like how you used to have a fight after school, get into a fist fight, throw them hands and you win. Everybody was calling you Tyson the next day in school. Bang! Can I get a witness? Hallelujah. It's the same thing with a battle. You have a fire battle the day after. People are going crazy. People are talking about how great you are. You have a feeling, a sense of invincibility on your hands. And bang. Battlers get this when they have a dope battle, when they body someone, a good battle, when they shake the room. It's how you feel. It's why battlers battle. They battle because they have the feeling that a lot of people from last night are having today. Bang. Let's talk about it. People who may be feeling that way. Mr. Hyde is feeling that way. Bang. Black Academics is feeling that way. Bang. Ironically, the person he battled, Memo, is feeling that way. Bang. Hoodie and Dre, salute to them, are feeling that way today. Bang. Of course, Rainmakers, Saint and Doe, the Twin Towers are feeling that way. Bang. Every single performance was a room shaker. I almost agree. Almost. Bang. Pressure with the Waves is feeling that way. Bang. Everybody is feeling that way. There was not one instance of anything terrible last night. If you paid $15 to get into the building, you got your $15 worth within the first 2 battles. You got your $15 worth. And the night only got better and better and better and better after that. It was a fire night. I had the most fun. Let me just personally say salute to Live Mike. Bang. And Motion of Rainmakers. They brought me out there. I had a great time. It was an amazing night. Forgive me for losing my voice, but listen, man, I was excited. But I am here with the homie. I don't know how to address him right now. I don't know how to address you right now. I don't know. A part of me is like, I don't know. Is he really the GOAT? Is he the God? Bang. Listen, there are in the Bible, let me be clear. The Bible says, I am King of Kings and Lord of Lords, plural, which means there are other lords. Am I on the 5 o'clock shadow right now with Lord Hyde? Let me just say, Hyde, you did get the body of the night. The glasses, there must be magical powers in those glasses. The shades are fire. I am not going to hold you. I cannot hate. It was fire. Let's go down the card. Let me bring up the card real quick. We're going to go down the card starting from the beginning to the end of the night. We're going to talk about everything. Everything's on the table to be discussed. Issues, whatever it is, we talking about it tonight. So let's get right to it. First off, before I begin, salute to Gully TK. Salute to TD3. Salute to Jason Weeks for putting on a bomb Boom Daddy event. Bang. Salute to Daft Jones, Hawk of Premier Rap Battle League coming out and showing support. Bang. And salute to representatives of Massacre Battle Association, such as myself, who came and showed love and solidarity with New England Battle Rap. Last night was a W for New England Battle Rap. Applaud that. So
crazy night, man. A lot of good matchups.
Absolutely, it was fire. So let me get right into it. First battle of the night: Nook Nasty versus CJA. I'm gonna keep it a buck, as I always do. I gotta keep it a buck.
Let's do that, please, because I missed that one. Okay. What happened? I'm hearing CJA 2-1, and that's it. What happened?
So first, let me preface this by saying that Nook is going through personal issues. I'm not putting his business out on the street. If you want to talk to him and he wants to say it to you, then fine. But sometimes real life happens, and to keep it a buck, real life is undefeated in battle rap. Bang! With that being said, Nook has had issues this year in battles of stumbling.
Facts.
So I have to keep it a buck. Nook started off impressing the hell out of Gully and out of the crowd. He was on one. Bang! He was in his bag. This was sounding the best Nook, sounding like the best Nook I've ever heard. Comparable. It was comparable to the Nook that faced Doe. Bang.
Okay.
And then there was a choke. Now there's this guy that happened to be in every battle. His name is Chuck or something like that.
Chuck Brick.
Okay, Chuck Brick, right.
The homie. Shout out to Chuck, man.
Okay, so I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Chuck Brick, but Chuck Brick was a little bit more than a spectator during the battles. Bang! No excuses. No excuses. As a battler, you have to know how to rap through distractions.
Wow, was he heckling him? Like, what was going on?
Wasn't heckling him, but it was kind of like, okay, Nook would say a bar, he'd say loud like, oh, I get it, or that's fire, or he would kind of like take it upon himself to explain the bar to everybody sometimes, and it threw Nook off. It threw Nook off in the battle. Bang! Nook stumbled. And
playing in the big leagues now, though.
Yeah, facts. You have to know.
Now. You gotta. I mean, like, so, everybody. You know how much shit I hear. A lot of people talking shit about me while I'm rapping.
Facts. I prefaced
like,
it.
Shit about me while I'm rapping. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
I did preface. I absolutely prefaced it by saying, as a battle rapper, you have to know to put your to do you, regardless of any outside interference. You have to do you. So he choked. He was on a roll, but he choked.
How far into the round would you say?
Probably halfway into the round. Halfway. And then he cut. Yeah, he kind of cut it short. If my memory serves me correctly. Salute to Don Marino, another one of the hottest men in battle rap right now. Bang. He's on everybody. He's on everybody's bar of the month. No matter whose bar of the month, if you look at it, Don Marino is on it.
Facts.
Salute to Don Marino. But yeah, so Nook choked, and then CJA went, and CJA was okay. He was good. I was expecting. So maybe my hopes or my expectations were too high, because I was on this is a GZ, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Yeah. I'm going to see the best everybody's ever been in their lives. Neither of the two was better than they were. I've seen both of them better in previous battles than they were last night. And honestly,
CJ had a good GZ debut not too long ago, right?
Facts. But like, honestly, this is why I don't hold anything against either of them about the battle. With the situation that Nook's going through, CJA literally had to change his material. So let me ask you a question, Hyde. Let's say you're battling me and you have a whole bunch of, like, even in your slogan, you're dissing like my daughter.
Uh-huh.
And my daughter passes away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That would kind of put a damper on the battle, correct?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Anybody.
Yeah. So I definitely do not hold anything against either of them. I too have CJA probably winning. No, not probably. I too have CJA winning the battle. But it was just like a kind of a cloud over it. It did not. It wasn't a good. Salute to Nook for showing up. He's a man's man. He showed up and still tried to put on, despite what he's going through. I don't know if I would have been able to do it. So salute to him for doing it. But the overall battle was really hurt. And if Gully, if you're watching this, I do hope that you give them both a chance to kind of make up for it. So hopefully we'll see them get another chance. We've seen other people get a chance on GZs before due to the circumstances. Like CJA even had to change his slogan, man. Like it was like he had to change his slogan, and the whole battle to me was awkward. The third round, they both had jump-ins.
Can we talk about that though? It's like we're at a GZ. It's not the time or the place, man. I don't think it's my personal opinion. It's not the time and the place for jumping. It's not team on team, home league shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just ain't gonna get it. I
don't disagree. I think that if I had the opportunity, I would do my best to make sure that I was marketed in the battle and not have anything take away from it. However, again, with the situations that surrounding the battle, I kind of understand. So everything that happened in that battle, in my opinion, gets a pass, but I can't sit here and say that it was a good battle. I can't. Bang! Got to keep it a buck. Wasn't a good battle.
You know more about it than I do, so I'll take it.
It wasn't a good battle. It wasn't a good battle. Nook showed a lot of promise. CJA was even like fighting back, but it was like really some points were really awkward, and it's just like it just wasn't. It just wasn't. Yeah. Salute to CJA for editing his slogan out of respect, and
Fact.
yeah, absolutely. Salute to CJA because. You know, he used that slogan from the beginning, as long as I can remember, and he changed it up specifically for this battle. So salute to him for it. They get a pass on everything in the battle.
That was a stand-up thing to do then. That was the case.
Yeah, you are very dark. I don't know if you have no lights on in your room, but
I'm installing the computer.
Okay, all right. So let's keep it moving on to the next battle. Which was the next? So see, the order of the battles on the card, it's off. So we're just going to go according to the card, and unfortunately, the next battle is Mr. Hyde versus June PZ. Bang! I kind of wanted to save it so we could kind of build to it. Yes, Don Marino says if dude had a child that passed away and showed up to a battle, then he needs another shot off the rip. I really hope Gully understands the situation fully, and I really hope to see both CJA and Nook back on another GZ when they come to New England.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the next one is your battle, Hyde. Tell me what your thoughts were as actually being in the battle, and I'll tell you my thoughts being a spectator.
Okay, so the coin flip, I won the coin flip. I was like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, that's cool. All right, so he go first. I know he could rap because he could rap. Like, he's a rapper. Like, he could rap, but he's not very heavy on the haymakers or the punchlines like that. The first round was light. I was super confident in my material. I fucked him up the first round. You know what happened. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He knew he was in trouble after the first round. The second round just solidified it. You know what I mean? Just solidified it. And then the choke in the third, you know what I'm saying? The rebuttal. You know what I mean? I experienced a lot of shit in that battle that I wasn't used to. You know what I mean? I had like Benson in the background, this nigga talking through my rounds, working the rebuttal in there, just staying on task. You know what I'm saying? He put started recording me. You know what I'm saying? I fucked his phone up too.
Right.
I just, I was just in the zone. You know what I mean?
All right. So let me say from a spectator. First, when you say your rounds to me, every single time you've ever said your rounds to me before the battle, they never sound as good as they do when you're performing it. Let me just say that off the rip. Off the rip, when you say stuff to me, I'm like, okay, that's okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's good. And then you perform it and you put the energy with it. And then I really hear the emphasis on the punches. It's amazing. Bang. Nothing short of amazing. You killed him. And to be honest, I've seen some of his other battles. I don't think he deserved to. I think it would have been better putting him against someone else. Honestly, I think he's not ready for a GZ. Bang! I'll just say it. He's not ready for a GZ. And I saw a couple of his other battles too. He's not. And no disrespect to him either. I think he can get busy, but there are levels, and I don't think he is there yet. I think he still has room to grow and hone his craft and get better. Hopefully, he will get better. It was bad. It was almost like watching someone being fed to the dogs. It was that bad. And then when you started freestyling and Salute to Black Academics. Black Academics said that was my first time watching Hyde live. Super impressed.
Thank you.
Your peers respect you, Hyde. When you rebutted,
I was talking through my shit. Like, don't be mad at me. Don't whisper in my ear 3-0 you, good job, and then stand up and start talking through my shit. Like, don't.
Right. That was the first time we've ever seen Hyde rebuttal. He saved a couple of the tricks for the GZ. Bang. So, salute to you.
I'm trying to pause this shit.
The problem, I think, is the problem with the battle is I don't know if it's going to look that good on cam with his rounds. I don't know if his rounds were good enough.
Let's just keep it 1,000. I don't know what the fuck the kid was doing there. I don't know what he's doing there. What possessed anybody to give him a GZ, or who thought he had a chance, to be honest. But I'm just thankful for the opportunity. You know what I'm saying, in the platform. You know what I'm saying.
But that should not take away from you. That was the best Hyde we've ever seen by far. You definitely leveled up last night.
I prepped for this battle a lot, man. I tried like envisioning how I'm gonna say it, the way he's gonna be standing, the delivery aspect of the whole thing, and just like really going through my shit. And when I'm confident in my material, like, you see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get 30.
Okay. All right. So, salute to you. Like I said, got body of the night. Let's move on to the next battle. Greedy Grimes versus Benji Reckless, which I think was the second battle of the night.
So mad I missed that. Fucking pissed. Was it good? Was it everything the hype was about, man? Because that face-off had me lit.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
Let me keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck.
From the introductions, I knew that Greedy Grimes was going to win the battle. His energy, the people in there. He had one woman.
That's what he was talking about.
He had one woman behind Gully going, aha, the whole battle. And listen, man, when you go OT, these are some of the things I guess you're going to have to expect, but they did not treat Benji Reckless with hospitality too much.
They wasn't fucking with Benji. How deep did he come? Like, how many people he bring?
So let me keep it a buck.
Benji came like 20 deep.
I don't look, Greedy. When he says that and you're there live, you get caught up in it.
That's what he told him too. He's like, he's like, you don't understand. I control the room, fam. He's like, once I'm just standing there, he said it to him. Right. And the face off, we got the foul.
So here was the problem with Benji versus Greedy. Greedy had presence, and when you have presence, you don't have to rely on punch after punch after punch as much. Someone like Benji, he is a puncher. A lot of his punches were light. He did have good punches, like sporadically through his rounds. He was not whack by in any means. He could have beaten a lot of people in 413 or in New England if it was just a normal battle. But the intensity and everything that Greedy came with, Greedy was not losing last night. I'll just say that. Greedy wasn't losing last night. In the third round, the highlight of the whole battle, in the third round, Greedy took off his sweater and he put on a crown of thorns.
Oh, that's not that comment. Where's the comment? Yeah, listen. I read a comment.
He took off his hoodie and he put on a crown of thorns. And then he started talking like there's two sides to him, like a good side and a bad side. And it was fire. Bang. Absolutely fire. And my suggestion to Benji, and this is to a lot of battlers, when you are battling an opponent, like for me, I know I have to change how I treat when another battler is rapping in my face, because sometimes I look down, I look away, but I look like I'm worried or I look like I'm uncomfortable. I have to become more comfortable. What Benji did was every time Greedy would say a bar and they go, he would be like, it's not even good. Like he was annoyed. And it made it look like he was almost hating.
More impactful.
Right. And it made Greedy look that much better because he was so upset and so like irritated. He really seemed like a fish out of water.
Baby.
Hey, he was a fish out of water in that battle. And
and Greedy called it too. That's dope. That's dope because Greedy called it. That's exactly what Greedy said. What are you gonna do when I stand in front of you and I scream,
My only thing about Greedy, first off, I'm mad because I'm mad that I didn't ever think of doing the Crown of Thorn things first. Since I'm a Christian battle rapper, mad that I didn't think about that. So salute to him for that. My only thing was he started going back and forth from the good him to the bad him, to the righteous him to the evil him. And then he started rapping, and then sometimes you didn't know which one he was. So he was trying to play two characters, and he did it good. But there were times where I was like, okay, which one is this? I'm not sure which Greedy this is right now.
Yeah, which side he's talking about.
Yeah. And also it seemed like Benji Reckless went a lot shorter than Greedy, but Greedy went a long times in his rounds. Greedy was going like 7-8 minutes.
You talking me about no 2-minute rounds, nigga?
Facts. Greedy was rapping so long.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hey man, they didn't call time on him though.
They didn't.
That's that presence.
But as a battler, you have to kind of know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Greedy had it, and it started going like, okay, Greedy, you won. Like
the extra shit.
You won 2 rounds ago. We could cut it now. Like, I know he was in the moment, and salute to him. He definitely put on. I know if KOTD watches that battle, they're going to give Greedy another look and say, hey, we're interested in him. So he did. Mission accomplished. Those are just my little things about it.
So what are we talking, like 2-1, 3-0?
3-0. We're talking 3-0. It wasn't a body. You could.
Greedy got grimy?
You could
Greedy got grimy with a 30? Bang.
You can make it. Yeah, you can make a case for it being a body, but I don't want to say he like killed him like that. He beat him 3 rounds. It's not like Benji Reckless was whack. He wasn't whack by any means. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But he just wasn't touching. Nobody was touching Greedy last night. That's that presence,
man. That's what he was talking about, man. And clearly it was a factor, the deciding factor.
Yep. Salute to Black Academics again. Black Academics said 3-0 clear.
Okay. So we got 3-0
clear, nobody. Yep. Let's go to the next one. Louis Valentine versus Quill Clinton. Louis Valentine was good. I don't know what was going on with Quill Clinton. Like, honestly.
How bad was it? I was outside. So I don't know. How bad was it? I heard it was bad.
You know how when you're outside and you're spitting your bars for people and you don't want too many other people outside to really hear what you're saying? That's how Quill was rapping to him in the battle. And it was like light, like the bars were light. They were like no
energy.
No energy, no real punches. It was like I was disappointed, honestly. I was disappointed. I was on his side cheering for him too. The other dude, he's different. He's weird. Louis Valentine. Yeah, Louis did it. Louis did his thing. Louis won the battle clear. Bang! Kind of 3-0.
Like a 30?
Yeah, he 30'd him.
Yeah, we had high hopes for him after the Sawyer thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Which hasn't dropped yet.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yep. Kelsey Marie says Quill was trash, to be honest. Yeah. Salute to
TD3. To Kelsey Marie for keeping it a buck.
Yep. TD3, salute to you. We definitely gave your props at the beginning of the show. Great card. So yeah, Quill was rapping like he was going over his rounds instead of performing his rounds.
Instead of performing them?
Yeah, instead of performing them, he was going over them. All right, Pressure versus Robo. Pressure's going off. Pressure was in rare form last night. Bang! He took off his wave cap, started doing his waves during the battle. I was like, uh-oh, this is going down.
Yeah.
And listen, salute to Robo. Robo had a rebuttal for the wave cap, how the wave cap.
Yeah. Robo
However,
is nice. He's nice.
But Robo, that was another clear win for Pressure. Some people thought that Robo did good. I don't think he did bad.
He
wasn't enough.
He fought, and people weren't really.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough.
Fucking with it, but he fought. I mean, clear win for Pressure. That's not even a question. But he did his thing though. The rebuttals and shit like that.
Rebuttals were fire.
Robo at least showed that he could get in there and fight with whoever. You can fight with Pressure. You can fight with whoever.
Also, Robo's rebuttal. I'm gonna say this now. Robo's rebuttal last night was better than Robo's impression of Pressure last night was better than Memo's impression. So salute to Robo. But we need to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Pressure dissed Tom Sawyer bad. Yikes. What did he say?
I may have heard that in the crowd. I might have heard that.
Yep. He said something to the effect of Tom Sawyer talked too effing much. And what else did he say?
I named my gun T Sawyer. Don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I named my gun T Sawyer. Don't shut the F up. And he called Tom ass. Now, I'm a Christian, so I'm talking about the donkey, the ass, and the donkey. Don't think I'm cursing. He did. He called him. He dissed him. He dissed Sawyer bad, and they are cool.
I think a couple ads was coming from him. Pause.
Yeah.
So everyone had a bar for Sawyer last night. Ironically.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see Sawyer and Pressure sometime in 2019. It'll be a good battle. I know they're two of the top in 413. Two of the
Just
top.
have like a Titans card.
Yep.
I mean, just all the heavy hitters, like an all-star, like whoever's like the top.
Right. Yep. They definitely do. All right. Let's move on. Verse versus Spade. Bang. I thoroughly enjoyed the battle. Yeah, it was a good battle. Verse was talking to him. I like how Verse started talking about North Carolina as a person whose family's from North Carolina, Red Springs, talking about pulled pork, Piggly Wigglies, all that stuff that I can relate to. So salute to Verse for talking it. However, I don't think he won that battle. Bang. I thought Spade won the battle. I thought Spade was more direct. He reminded me a little bit of A.T. Sawyer, honestly.
You know what he did what Verse does to people to Verse. He did Verse better than Verse, I think, when he started talking to him and all that. Ain't too Muslim, ain't too this, that, bing, bang, boom. You know, all those combinations landed. Yeah, those combinations landed. That whole run landed, and then that's what widened the gap between them in that battle.
Yeah, if I had to say a winner, I would say that Spade edged it. I don't think he beat Verse. I don't think he didn't kill him. It wasn't a bot. It was I was entertained by that battle. But Spade,
when it dropped, we could probably go back and debate it. You know what I mean?
Facts. When Verse was talking about how if he took his glasses off, it looked like his nose would come with it. I was like, I was laughing. Listen, I enjoyed that battle. That was a dope battle. Can't wait for it to come on.
The North Carolina flips that Spade had, those were crazy. Yep. Those were crazy. Those were crazy.
Yep. Salute to Bacon. Bacon says that he called it in his predictions. Okay. All right. Next battle. Let's talk about Memo and Black Academics.
Yo. I'm so mad I missed that, man. I saw the first round. I was supposed to battle next, they told me. So I went outside to prep and shit, and I missed it, man. I saw the first round though. I got Memo winning round one.
Yes, clearly. I had Memo
in the building. Clearly round one, but you know what I mean? That's not saying much.
I think round one was very debatable. I did edge it to Memo because so here's the thing. sometimes the advantage of going second in a battle is sometimes you can steal around just by fighting back. You might not necessarily have been better. For example, take my battle with Live Mike. I still feel that if Live Mike would have went second and I would have went first, I would have had him win in the battle. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Almost clear. Like I would have had him win in the battle. Going second, there is a reason why there's a coin flip, and there's a reason why a lot of people choose to go first and choose to go second. And salute to Memo for fighting back every round. Because when Black Academics went, I said, Memo's dead. I said the Memo that battled Carly C could not stand up in front of him.
Really?
And he couldn't. Yeah, really. And fortunately for Memo,
I have more faith in Memo than that.
Yeah. Oh, I did too.
Memo got this, man. I'm like, my Memo, this is a beatable round for Memo. You know what I mean? Because
no.
they're the same kind of style of rapper, kind of. You know what I mean?
I said that Memo had a chance until I heard Black Academics, and Black Academics was going in all 3 rounds. He was going in.
See, I can't speak about anything after the first, man, unfortunately.
Okay. So what happened was after Black Academics win, I had a feeling, like a sunken feeling in my stomach, like Memo's dead. But then Memo fought back. Memo had good angles. He talked about how Black Academics was he left 4-1-3 for iBattle. We haven't seen him since. And now that the Jeezy's here, he comes crawling back. Facts. Yep. Bang. So Memo fought back. So then I said, okay, Black Academics is in trouble. Then in round 2, Black Academics blacks out, and he's going like he did not have a worried look in his face, because I pay attention to all that stuff. He's not worried. Yeah, he was not worried. He came in and he fought. So then after the second round, it was like deja vu. I said, oh man, Memo's dead. Like he's really dead right now. Memo comes back in the second round. I think on camera, it's going to be a fight between their battle and the 2-on-2 of which was the most what's the word just left in my head? The most competitive battle of the night. Bang! It was just that good. It was the best of both of them that I've seen. Honestly, they both put on. They both performed. They didn't. They stood in front of some bar. They stood in front of bars and still fought. So salute to both of them for an amazing battle. And after that battle,
crazy. That's just gonna do numbers.
Oh, let me keep it a buck. Let me keep it a buck. After 90% of the performances, I said to myself, I don't want to stand in front of them. I said that I don't want to stand in front of I don't want to stand in front of Black Academics. I was like, I don't want to stand in front of none of them dudes. Let's keep going. 3SK versus Drops. This battle.
That, man? No, I saw a good portion of that. I saw
this battle.
I just remember highlights.
Okay, so this battle to me was disappointing.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, it's in a little bit. Yes, it was disappointing to me, and I'll tell you why.
How so, sir?
I'll tell you why. I expected 3SK to be leveled up, especially after his last GZ, where he definitely leveled up. The 3SK that battled in the premier GZ would have beaten the 3SK last night.
Okay.
And that's what was disappointing to me. Not that he wasn't good. He was definitely good. Listen, there's no such thing as a whack 3SK. Let's just keep that clear. And I still don't want to stand in front of that 3SK. But I don't think that he was as good as he could have been, because I've seen him better last night. And honestly, the same thing for Drops. Bang! They had it was a good battle. They both had their moments, a couple of jokes here and there, but it did not feel like something was on the line.
Was that booked as the main event?
It's on the flyer, but it wasn't the main event. Obviously.
I know, but it was on the flyer as the main event, right?
Yes.
All right. So to be let down.
I was expecting more punches, more wordplay, more like I was just expecting more from 3SK. And Drops, I think the Drops that battled Bangs would have killed that Drops last night.
Okay, so they didn't put on as you expected, as you hoped for.
Right. For
I
it
wonder
being
if 3SK is tired, man, and the same thing goes for drops. I mean,
Could
they
be.
battle a lot.
Right.
They battle a lot.
Facts. And coming all and traveling a lot, all the way.
Yeah.
I
Get back on here.
It's tough to say who I thought won. I wouldn't argue it either way. I think it was more preference because they were different. I think it was more of a preference thing. I'm pretty sure that all the 3SK's people are going to say that 3SK edged it. All the Drops people will probably say Drops edged it. I'm kind of on the fence. I liked both of them. If this was just a regular 413 card, I would have said they both were dope. But for it being a GZ, maybe that's my expectations. I was expecting more. If it's a GZ, like for me, my understanding is a GZ is an opportunity to make it to the next stage. Therefore, you have to be the best you've ever been. Once in a lifetime shot. That's my understanding for it. Maybe it's not for everybody else. So there's that battle. All right, let's keep it moving so we can get to the battles that everybody wants to hear or talk about. I talked about Memo Black Academics, Sawyer versus Ace Boogie. Bang. I love Sawyer.
Fire battle.
I am Sawyer's number one fan. I admit it. I admit it. I look up to step off. Bang. I look
fan club.
up.
Yo, you can hit them at Team McNeil, Tom Sawyer fan club at Gmail.
Go Sawyer, go! Go Sawyer, go! Sawyer was not Sawyer last night. Bang.
Say word.
I said it. Sawyer was good. Sawyer was very, very good. Once this battle drops, yeah.
This is a highly debatable battle. I think
it is very highly debatable battle.
This is a highly debatable battle. I can't sit here and walk away and say Sawyer clearly won that battle.
I say Sawyer.
Got a bit of drop. He might have edged it, but we got to check.
My idea was that he edged it. I think Sawyer's content was better. I think Ace Boogie's presence was amazing. And the reason why I don't think that Sawyer was as good, or I don't want to say disappointed in Sawyer. That's not the word I'm looking for. It just wasn't the best Sawyer. If everybody here goes and watches Sawyer versus, let's see, Sawyer versus DC Gunner in NBA, that Sawyer was confident. Much more confident than he seemed last night, much more comfortable than he seemed last night. His vocal projection was better than it was last night. A lot of stuff about Sawyer's game was a little off last night. I have to keep it a buck. I have to. His angle, his Christian bars about him not being a Christian battle rapper, but a battle rap. No, not being a battle rap. Not being a Christian who's a battle rapper. He's a battle rapper who's a Christian. The angles and the bars he used was fire. I know a lot of dudes in that building were taking notes last night because they're going to talk to the preacher. I know. I say it. I'm going to be ready. I hear you.
Talk to him.
Yo, let me ask you something. Yes.
Did Sawyer go with that same? It was an angle for 3 rounds straight, though, wasn't it?
Well, he not okay. The first round and the third round, yes. The second round, he kind of went a little bit going at him, and at the end of the third, he went at him a little bit as well. I like I'll put my hands around you and your wife's neck so you both can be equally yoked. Fire. He had fire bars like that. Boogie was absolutely amazing. He was better than any Ace Boogie battle I've ever seen. Because
I think he rebutted like 2 out of the 3 rounds.
Facts. He
rebutted 2 out of the 3 rounds, and he was clean all the way through.
Facts. The rebuttal in the second round, I don't think was as good as the first rebuttal. But
and he had bar of the night. I think.
Which bar was bar of the night?
Y'all paid for a QP, but got about 2.5 ounces. That was fire.
Applaud Ace Boogie for that one. That was a fire bar. Absolutely was a fire bar. Yep, salute to Ace Boogie.
The builder, man. Bullpen Battle League.
I still think Sawyer edged it. Here's the problem with Sawyer. And this is a gift and a curse. And sir, you are about to be going through this. So prepare. Are you ready, Hyde? Are you ready? You go through it. When you are considered the man in New England battle rap, when you are considered the guy, when you are considered the measuring stick, anything you do gets magnified under a microscope. Bang! Anything you do.
Yeah, but I'm just calling it right out, flat out on the surface. We just talking rap. He wasn't as clean as prepared as he usually is. And it was noticeable. And Ace was clean the entire time. Sawyer always has the pen, but some of the other aspects that we know Sawyer for, other attributes that he uses, he wasn't really using or had him on. He wasn't. Last night. And
some of the punches that he delivered, he didn't deliver them with the energy that he usually do. Meanwhile, Ace Boogie.
With that neck snapping Sawyer, I was trying to get some of that shit. Bags, Muff.
Sawyer, when you are considered the man, everything gets looked at but listen, when you ask people who's the best in New England, they'll say Sawyer pressure, Sawyer, whatever. 3SK sometimes gets mentioned, but it's always Sawyer's always in the conversation. Whether you like it or not, it's who he is, and he has to. It's a burden, but it's what you're gonna have to live up to, Hyde. If you come coughing any more of that, Hyde, you in trouble, sir. You're gonna get called on it. So yeah. Ace Boogie. Listen, if someone says they thought Ace Boogie won, I ain't gonna hold him.
I gotta see it on tape, man.
Facts. We do have to see. It was a very, very good battle. It had that. Even with Sawyer not being the best Sawyer that I've seen, it was still this is my moment. I need to be great. Feel to that battle.
Oh, yeah, it was a big battle. That battle's gonna have mad replay value.
Yep, it was. Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
All right, so let's get to the main event. Bang! We talked about Nook Nasty versus CJ. We talked about Chew versus June PZ, Greedy Grimes, Louis Valentine versus Quill Clinton, Pressure versus Robo versus Spade, T Sawyer versus Ace Boogie, Memo, Black Academics, 3SK, and Drops. The main event of the night, and a fitting main event as well. Bang! Hoodie Kruger and Dre Lights. Let me say, on the way to the building, I thought Hoodie Kruger and Dre Lights was getting destroyed. Bang! Is it because Saint and Doe are rainmakers?
Absolutely.
Hell no! I refuse. No.
Hoodie Kruger made a post in the 413 Battle League page. Maybe 4:48, I believe the time was that I read. It was a timestamp on the post yesterday. And it said, and I quote, "We just finished our third and it's fire."
You think it's true?
Now, usually when you troll, you'll say, "Oh, I'm battling you this weekend. Maybe I should start writing." Those are the usual trolls. I've never heard of a troll when you know that 90% of the people are on their way to the venue. Bang! That was a mega troll. He said, "We just finished." I said, "You just finished your third?" And listen, they had me fooled because I investigate. I'm a rainmaker, so I'm doing my investigation work for Saint and Doe. Dre Lights is posted on some. I don't trust friends. Friends always let you down. Bang. I'm so sad. All week he was doing that. I was like, Saint and Doe are gonna kill these guys. They're gonna murder them. It's over.
Yo, you stupid.
Bang. Over. For real. I tried to get him on the 5 o'clock shadow. I said, "Hey, Dre, you guys want to come on do a 2v2 face off?" And Dre was like, "Yo, I work during the day. Hoodie works at night. We can't get on at the same time. I was like, if y'all can't get on at the same time, how are y'all practicing for a GZ? I said Satan Doe got this in the bag. I was not even worried until Hoodie and Dre started rapping. They were absolutely fire. Bang. I think there's a lot of big leagues 2-on-2s that would have stood in front of Dre's in Hoodie last night and got smoked. Bang. They were that good. For 3 rounds of fire, they were that good. Bang.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
However, they were going against the Twin Towers. Rainmakers, they were going against the Twin Towers. And it reminded me of Black Academics and Memo in the sense of when Dre and Hoodie were going, I was like, oh man, they might be in trouble. And then Doe looked at me like, yo, wake the F up. We're about to take this thing over. You know what? And they just spazzed out. Bang. My boy spazzed out on Dre and Hoodie. You know when I knew it was going to be the best 2-on-2 I've ever seen? When Doe went up to Dre Lights and patted his head, and Dre Lights got mad and fixed his hat after he moved it. I said, oh, we are in for a fun time. It's going to be a fun time. Crazy.
Yo, that battle, I was thinking alone, that battle alone has given dudes for material for fucking Dre Lights and Hoodie for like the next 2 years.
Fam. There were so many different facets to that battle. It was like watching a movie. It really was. Yo, when Hoodie was like, you guys are weirdos, nerds, and he put his hands on his hip, and then he turned to the side like, weirdos, nerds, homie. Like, I was like, whoa. And the salute to Cam and Ryan Burke, they did not flinch. Best 2v2 I've ever seen. I believe. I honestly believe it. I believe it. And I've seen Gun Titles versus NWX, Marvin Quest McCody versus whoever they faced. I've seen the 2-on-2 cards that Smack had. That was the best one I've seen. Mm-hmm. So many different facets of it. Oh my gosh.
That's the best Twin Towers I've seen. No, that was definitely the best. Twin Towers.
Oh, you know what? One of the bars of the night for me.
Like, they said they was ready for this battle like 3 weeks ago, dog. That's like,
hey, put that work in.
Yo, I know. I'm just thinking like because it showed.
Mm-hmm.
It showed. I'm thinking like, yo, these motherfuckers must have been writing ahead of time. Like, yo, just in case, let's jot a couple things down because they had a game plan they executed, man, and that's.
Oh, let me give the only criticism of TD3 weeks, and I don't know if Gully's part of it, but if he is, then this is the only criticism that you get. When you're setting up a GZ, and it's the battle of a life for some of these people, you have to let them know everything up front. I'm not sure if it was or wasn't, but the twins were under the impression that there was no set time for the rounds, that maybe them and Hoodie and Dre agreed on it. So, for example, I'm about to be on an NBA card against AR. I went to AR. Hey, how long do you want to go for? 3 minutes, 2-minute rounds? Sounds good. And we negotiated it, and that's it. And we went to Creasy and said that's it. Apparently, management went to them and said, you guys got to make sure your rounds aren't over 2 minutes.
That as being someone that was on the card, that's what I was told too. But being on the 2-on-2, I would figure that they would. I figured there would be 2 exceptions for that: T. Sawyer's card and the Twins. I didn't know if they was gonna, but even Sawyer, you saw Sawyer stuck to his time limit.
Right. Okay. So
The 2-on-2, I would think you would need more time to cook. You know what I mean?
Right. So my issue was, right. You have, okay, so I got my round. You know, they said they were ready for 3 weeks ago. If they weren't told 3 weeks ago, they have to shorten their stuff down. So they shorten their rounds down. They come to the event, and Greedy Grimes goes on for 27 minutes in his battle.
We're gonna get all 21 minutes of this work.
That was my only issue. That's minor. That's not like bad. That was my only little. Other than that, everything was amazing.
See, they gave Demix too. Demix said he had a.
But the bar of the night, my pick for one of the bars of the night was when Hoodie looked to Dre and said, "You think you a man with that gun?" And Dre Light said, "No, I think I'm a man without that gun." Bang! Listen, that bar.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
I am Rainmaker through and through. I would get a tattoo that says Rainmaker. That's how Rainmaker I am right now. Rainmakers. But when I heard that bar, I had to kind of look away and react to it. I was like, "Oh, that was crazy." I did.
Yeah, man. I was like, ooh, I had the face on. I was like,
And then the Twins came back with the Make Battle Rap Great Again caps. They called out every 2v2 that's ever rapped before in the history of battle rap. Bang!
My little motherfuckers are smart. I see what you did there.
Yeah, they did it. They did it.
Like, now pause this battle for this fucking 4.5 minute Rainmaker Twin Tower commercial, motherfucker.
Bang! Facts.
Yo, Hoodie and Dre, we'll be right back. Hold on a second.
Quest McCody and Marv 1, NWX, they went at everybody. And listen, if you are a 2-on-2 out there, fear the Twin Towers. Listen, bang. But to keep it a buck, fear Dre and Hoodie too. Bang! It was great. It was what?
Yeah, because the Twins have that chemistry, but like to see what Dre and Hoodie put together, that was the best Dre Lights I've seen in a minute.
Yes.
I don't care what anybody said. Like, that was the best Dre Lights I've seen in a minute.
Listen, they both.
Not to take away from the Twins, man. That shit was the leapfrog bar.
When he leapfrogged,
that was like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, okay. All right, yeah. Y'all got that. Like, that's sealed. That was like the nail in the coffin.
Let me explain how great the battle was, and how this is how battle rap should be. Team Overhead against Rainmakers. I was staring daggers at Benson. Benson was staring daggers at me. Listen, we still giving props when the other team says something fire. It had the battle had everything.
Y'all keeping Nook Nasty?
Bang! We'll have to talk about that, but as far as I'm concerned, Nook Nasty's a new Rainmaker. A couple times, I ain't gonna front. A couple times, I'm watching the battle. I'm like, yeah, and I go and shake powder. Then I look to my side and I'm like, Nook, what the hell are you doing here?
He put on the Make Battle Rap Great Again hat. He was over there fanning.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was fire. But listen, that battle. They couldn't, how they usually say, okay, like and subscribe, whatever, when they end the battle, they couldn't even do it. The crowd, it was so much pandemonium. TD3 just walked and was like, hey, 4-3, and then just walked away. He couldn't do anything.
That was the perfect end to the night, though.
It was.
Baby, give me your phone so I can text Delilah, please, real quick. Thank you.
Yeah, so listen, the event was wonderful. I didn't get home till about 3.
I didn't get home till like 4:30. Facts.
Yeah, and then I had to go to church and preach to people. So I'm a little beat, a little tired, but we had to do the recap show.
Absolutely.
But again, I'll talk about the incident outside very quickly. Nook again was going through some stuff. He is going through a lot of personal issues. And listen, some people from Team Overhead didn't like the fact that he had the Make Battle Rap Great Again shirt and going Rain. He was doing the Rainmaker gang sign and everything too. I was like, how'd you know that? He's like,
you be jumping in hoodies battles and shit and Dre Life shit. Like, that's just weird. That's just weird.
So
stop being weird, guys. Making it weird.
Salute to everybody though. That cooler heads prevailed last night, so nothing did pop off. It was a lot of yelling, a lot of shoving, a lot of going on, but everything was cool. We kept the peace. Bang! Kept the venue. Yep. Bet. So yeah, man. Loved everything last night. Everything was fire.
Everything
just
was
like the 5 o'clock show, 5 o'clock shadow. Everything we do is fire.
We cover this bitch top to bottom.
Facts. You hear a lot of bangs.
You picked up a lot of slack, man, while I was prepping for this battle, man. I want to thank you. You know what I mean? A little appreciation.
Appreciate it.
Man. Truth to cover this thing top to bottom, man. Top to bottom, man. Salute to Truth.
Yeah, there was a couple times where you was like, I was like, you know what? Don't worry about that. Like, I got it. Go do you. Do you. And like, I know the same thing would be for me. And especially because I have a battle coming up October 19th, the Massacre Battle Association, Truth versus AR. Bang! Someone dies.
Versus who?
Yeah, that's what people are gonna be saying after. But salute that.
Already.
Salute to the twins. Salute to 413. GZ battles. TD3 Weeks, who's a couple days after his birthday, so he was hungover. Gully. John the Don. We have to say that again. Was in the building. John, I'm gonna hit you, and I'll give you some bars for Hollow. I know that's what you was there for. I'll handle that. Salute to Rainmakers. It's your boy Truth or Hide. Is there anything else before I let you go?
Everything we do is fire, man. 5 o'clock Shadow Battle Review. Like, subscribe. Yo, I have people who have been on the show multiple times and still haven't liked or followed it. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on. Listen, man.
We gotta do better.
We do this for you.
We gotta do better.
Facts. We do this for you. All we ask is that you share it and support. That's it. That's it.
Put this on your baby mom's page now.
Facts. Bang. Or we gonna leave your stuff in the street like a bitter chick.
Like a bitter ex.
Bang. It's Truth or Hide 5. Listen, Silver DeVille. Salute to Silver DeVille. She is still part of the 5 o'clock shadow. Do not get it twisted. We're gonna have her back on soon. 5 o'clock shadow battle review. I'll holla.